No, I know. I've got to go bed soon. Right, let's start.
Yes,
Let's start with the review of the year. So we go straight in with male wrestler of the year. I think we should. Do we have some honourable mentions? I mean, that is
MVP. MVP.
Do you know what I've got? For me, up until today, up until this morning, I was going to say Dom, because for me he's been
100%.
what Drew McIntyre did last year,
Yeah.
what Liv did the year before. Dom's level has got to that.
We've obviously got lots of names. It's not just one. We've got names. We've got different names and reasons why.
Yeah.
Reasons why.
Yeah, we've got names, but given what we've discussed, which will probably be now on the previous show because we'll cut this into 2 shows, on the Saturday Night's Main Event show, can you really argue against John Cena? Like, if you look at his matches this year, in terms of what he's had, in terms of he had a good appearance in the Rumble, Jay won the Rumble, Elimination Chamber was great. Then he did the heel turn. People didn't like WrestleMania or whatever, but then the matches with Randy Orton was okay. But the CM Punk match was great. The Cody match SummerSlam was, for me, probably, we'll talk about them a bit, match of the year. Logan Paul, AJ Styles, Dominik twice, and then what we just saw last night. I don't know if anyone's got a better catalogue of matches. So if I'm going old school with John Cena, if I'm going who I had picked for 364 days of the year, is Dirty Dominik Mysterio. Those to me are my two.
He's going to have the best matches of the year. I mean, man's got to pick. There'll be a queue of people who wanted to face John Cena this year, so he's managed to pick the very best, or at least the best stories, or the best entertainment, or at least the people who could help the most. And definitely him and AJ. As I said, everyone's got their own favorite. It will be one of my favorite matches that'll go down. It's just so entertaining for me as someone who's recently back into it as a John Cena of the year. It was so entertaining that it's one of my favorite matches of definitely of the year, and definitely of recent times. Dirty Dom has had an amazing year, and for a heel to get cheered in a fatal 4-way in WrestleMania, to get cheered, the biggest cheers out of anyone on the whole night, honestly, for this guy is just magical. All the skills, and it's just the storyline last year was amazing with him and Liv, and it bled into this year, and his persona has just grown because he has to put up, as I said, we've gone through earlier, he has to put up with booze and stuff. It's hard to get your lines right, to get your persona right. When people are jeering at you, we don't hear all the off the mic stuff. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. We don't know all the off the mic stuff. It's not easy. This guy knows how to work the crowd. Flexes his t-shirt, does his arms. We've seen him live at Raw and SmackDown. This guy knows how to work the crowd. He knows all the little tricks to get people just involved in these matches one way or another. Whether he's cheating, whether he's making you laugh, whether he's drawing the crowd, he is just an all-round performer. And long live the future, man. This guy is going to be world champion at some point in the next few years. Easily. So, great year. I thoroughly see what you said about Cena as well, because again, he's handpicked his matches in it, I don't think we should discount any of the women as well. We just did men's.
Well, we just did men's.
I'll stop there.
Yeah, I mean, don't want to repeat what you guys say, so I'll probably go on some honourable mentions pretty quickly. But yeah, I was leaning towards Dom before Saturday night. I'll try not to have Cena just because we knew this would be an amazing year for him. But he was undeniably brilliant for the whole year, I thought. I actually loved his heel turn so much. It's one right up there for me as a moment.
It's one of the best moments in entertainment history, man. That from Cody's telling The Rock to go fuck himself, which the first ever uncensored F-bomb in wrestling in WWE. They've never had one. Like, I'm sitting there watching Retaliate. Like, literally, that whole thing, like, no one saw that coming. Like, no one, I don't care what people, I knew that was, there was never 1 month into his final run was he going to turn heel. For me,
because we will talk about it a lot, so we'll talk about lots in the future. So yeah, honourable mentions. I found this hard. As I said, Bronson Reed I thought was phenomenal this year. I thought 100%. Jay, I went through all the PLEs, and Jay the first half of the year was outstanding.
Yeah.
He won the Royal Rumble. He won. He got tapped out good at WrestleMania.
respect for Mello, just because to do his gimmick while you're losing every single week and he's done it for like a year almost.
They love him now, though. Did you
100%.
hear the crowd on Friday? They love him.
100%.
They love him. They love him. I have to say, I wasn't convinced. How are you turning this man face when he's not winning as a heel and whatever? And no, it's working, isn't it? It's working. He's just so good in the ring. He's so smooth on the mic. He's like he's there now again.
100%.
Let's get into 2026. Let's get him a strong. He's in the old world. I don't know if this still. I guess it does happen. He comes in like number 3 or 4 in the Rumble, lasts till like 20. You know, he doesn't maybe make the final 4, but he has a long showing where he has a good show. Obviously, he's got all of them have the physical capacity now to last.
I think we should always just pay respects to Gunther because he's at such a level. I think it's easy to take him for granted. There are not many heels.
Take for granted,
him and Drew, I think, are so good that we should never ever take them for granted. They are really, really great level performance, man. So again, they're not winning it, but they should be mentioned. That's just the key ingredients that make the others good.
Drew's on my list. Outstanding.
This guy.
Yeah, him and LA Knight last 3 months have been on a rocket. He's done really well.
Yeah.
And the one who probably gets forgotten the most now, despite the fact that he came in so hot just because of the injury, is Jacob Fatu. He was so hot for such
Yeah.
Actually, do you guys know what's happening with him? Because we haven't heard anything from him, have we?
Hope he's not in jail again.
Something to do with dentistry or something, isn't it? Some nonsense.
I heard about this as well.
Like in a tooth, some garbage. I don't know if that's true or not or whatever. But I mean, I don't think it's a long thing, and I guess maybe save it for the Rumble. Time. You know, there's a good, I mean, I don't want to see him feuding with the MFTs anymore. I don't want to see anyone feuding with the MFTs, do they? Yeah. Like Solo is carrying so much load.
He's carrying.
I know Solo's never going to win any award or anything.
Solo's got a lot of work. He's got a lot of work to do, man.
100%, dude. He's carrying the whole thing. He's carrying the whole thing. It's not an interesting feud, is it? And he's Solo's, since they've given him his own character work, he's there. But the thing is with Solo's young.
20s, isn't
like,
he?
Solo's another one of these people.
Young.
Like he's
early 30s.
Yeah, maybe he's early 30s. I think Solo's experience. He's worked with the Roman Reigns for years. He worked with the Bloodline, and obviously he was the Joker of that group, wasn't he? You know what I mean? The least impressive one. He's gone in, done this thing. Once this stuff goes over, because let's be honest, no one wants to see the MFTs anymore. I can't imagine. Like this is not. There's no. I mean, Tamatonga's funny at least.
But give Solo credit as well for his character change earlier this year. Comical Solo was funny.
Yeah.
Comical Solo was funny. Not just the all gas, no brains. He was amazing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Amazing.
He won't think he's not wrestler of the year or anything, but he's carrying a lot, and he's carrying that feud right now. There's a lot of heavy lifting from Solo, but I think that's a good summary. I don't think we've missed any, but there's obviously the Cody and the Punks that you just take for granted, don't you? Because Cody Rhodes always has a good match, and it's just like you just do these and you look back. But I guess in the spirit of, I think we picked. I don't know if we did it last year, but we talked about Drew and Liv last year, didn't we? As the people that had the year, then you would probably say Dom. If you're looking at the same measures as what made them a year of outstanding things. So into the women's one, I had two answers. I actually
I got my first half of the year.
So it's hard because up until
exactly what I was going to say. This was the first half of the year. First half of the year.
In Naomi.
First half of the year.
It was Naomi.
First half of the
She
year.
was outstanding from Elimination Chamber, which we'll talk about PLE of the year and moments of the year. From her getting her ass beat by Jade at Elimination Chamber to the character change, the music change, the everything, the unhinged, the promos, the vignettes, and then the promos, and then the promos on the thing. She was good. She was really good. Kept her, obviously won Money in the Bank as well. Cashed in on Rhea and Io, didn't she? And all of that. So in terms of up until that point, it would have been, for me, on the same measure as the other one, Naomi. As an overall year, it's hard to look past the Sky, isn't it? I mean, like you look at the quality of matches, and you look at her now in terms of what she's done. I think it's hard to look over that. Then there's probably a couple, and I'll stop talking because there's other honourable mentions or other options as well in terms of who there
No, I
is, because you
agreed with
can't.
those
Yeah.
two names. They had the same
On-
argument. I'll put one other in there. I thought the other one who just came back and was on a heater was Becky Lynch. Thought she was
Yes.
unbelievable.
Yes.
Like from the moment she went heel, I thought she'd been brilliant. Huh?
It's not just her
Yeah.
saying.
Gordon Guardian.
Becky Lynch, I know. Like, well, he's not my favourite, but I'll try not to be biased. Asuka is my favourite, but
There you
I
go.
think Becky Lynch has been unbelievable. In the same way Asuka has been, but Asuka came back later in the year, so I was like,
That's why.
is
That's
that
I think
fair?
next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Becky's been good since probably 2 weeks after Mania, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she turned heel,
Yeah.
didn't she?
After
The Raw
Valkyria.
after WrestleMania. We watched it on the little iPad before
Yeah.
we took our flight back from Vegas, didn't we? Even though it was literally right next to us at the,
Yeah, next to Tom's bar.
T-Mobile Arena. It was the thing. We no, I know. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the best, the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah,
It's not
look,
just
But yeah,
we're saying similar. It's a shame.
and this Donald Trump stuff is amazing. Like, it's genuinely
What
the
Donald Trump
funniest
stuff?
I've seen. Yeah. She's
She tweeted about-
her tweets
Oh
and stuff.
my
She's
God.
been tweeting like Donald Trump and saying it's all a conspiracy. She's not. She's boycotted Raw because she thinks she shouldn't have won. She said she never tapped out. Do you know when I said this when I was watching War Games? She never tapped out. Jessica
But
Carr.
no.
Yeah.
Dude, we're in agreement. And the only thing I'll add in on top of that is that, again, for someone who tuned in just before Asuka got injured last year, she is such a pro. I know she's been around for a time, yeah, but she's such a good wrestler. She's such a good performer, and she's so comfortable doing everything that it's just a pleasure to watch. I'm never bored watching Asuka, whether she's on the outside as a heel accomplice,
Yeah.
or whether she's in the ring or in the back.
It's just
Do you know what I
comedy.
mean?
Oh, she's just
It's never
screaming. Kai?
boring. I'm like, War Raiders, you need to take note of some of this, man. You need to take note of something, man.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, I mean, Asuka obviously came back late. I think, isn't it? That's why you. I mean, Asuka's one of my
She's amazing.
probably top 5 of all time favorites.
amazing.
Like in the women's wrestling thing, she's unbelievable, and she's yeah. And I think obviously we talked about this on a few months ago, and it looks like they will now. I think we're getting Asuka versus Io at
Can't wait.
WrestleMania, aren't we? Like
Can't
they've
wait.
kept it. They've kept them apart enough. War Games. They've kept it. They've done it. They've got it, and then they've got them going
Yeah.
for the tag team titles, haven't
Yeah.
they? Rhea and
And now this-
you've got that. So you've got that, and I think that's going to be one of my favorite matches
gonna
at
be.
WrestleMania. Like it's going to be like most anticipated matches, in terms of that. But yeah, no, I agree, and I didn't. Becky needs to forgive me, but maybe it's Talia's poisonous words in my ears about Becky every time. But I just obviously
Becky's
Becky's since her heel
Becky's
turn has been when you say about entertaining,
100%.
it doesn't matter what she's doing, chatting, tweeting, whatever it is she's doing. It's
honestly
it's,
either
she's just such a
back
pro,
getting
isn't
angry
she?
with
Yeah.
Penguin, or coming out. As I said, she
Yeah,
made Wade
that
Barrett
was
look
amazing.
professional. They had to take off his mic because he was laughing so much when they were in New Mexico, and she was comparing it to Breaking Bad. She's just honestly, it's just so funny. She doesn't break either. Doesn't break character.
She's funny. She
Doesn't
is.
break character.
No, and she's and obviously she's done a great job with
1000%.
Maxine Dupree, hasn't she?
1000%.
So you
And
look
that's
at
what I've always thought. If
Yeah,
you
you look
are a big name doing a mid-card belt run, that's what your job ultimately is to be.
Yeah.
Make entertaining
Yeah.
and teach and elevate others. And she's doing that so well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she's probably done Maxine and Lyra in like 2 feuds, hasn't she? 2 for 2 at the moment.
In like 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then it depends what AJ Lee wants to do, but obviously Becky can help her out if she wants to as well.
I think that would be another Mania match.
I think
AJ and Becky.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. They've kept it so long now, haven't they? I feel like that's what it's going to be, and you save it up till that, unless they're at the Royal Rumble, but that doesn't make sense, does it? They'll no. In terms
Match
of
of the year?
I can't remember what the other
Match of the
categories
year?
were, but I've got about 12 minutes left. So match of the year, I think, is the next one. Match of the year, PLE of the year, moment of the year. Let's do those. We can always reconvene. We've still got another 15 days before the end of the year. But match of the year.
Oof.
I'll let
I
someone else
found
go
this hard.
first.
I went through.
There's going to be more than one.
Yeah, I got Wikipedia. I went through all the PLEs, and I ended up with a short list of 10 or something ridiculous.
Good Lord.
It's not really a short list, is it?
Go to your let's
Okay,
do
so
shortlist, Kev,
Cena
and then-
Styles immediately came to mind. Absolutely loved it. That is, I am aware that means more to me because I followed their career so much.
There you go.
So
There you go.
AJ got me into TNA. Cena, obviously, I watched WWE for life. And TNA is probably the only other promotion, apart from WCW, during the Monday Night Wars, I've actually followed to any degree for any length of time. And then Melo Andrade series, I thought that was absolute fire.
That was
I was
this year,
so
wasn't it?
annoyed
Earlier
we
this
didn't
year.
get a conclusion.
Yeah.
No.
We didn't get a conclusion.
And admittedly, now we're not going to get a conclusion with everything Andrade's done lately.
We don't know. It could be him dressed as Batman. It could be Andrade. It could be Andrade. Man doesn't know where he's supposed to be. Man doesn't know where he's supposed to be.
One of the worst reveals ever.
Like, do you remember that? Do you remember when Sting's favourite trick was to dress up as Sting and like hit unmarked himself?
And then he take the mask off and he was still Sting.
Yeah, so there was two from Evo, which spoiler alert,
The triple
PLA
threat.
of the year evolution for me. Both are triple threats, yeah.
Yeah,
Becky
it's gotta be.
Lyra and Naomi Ioria. I just thought were outrageously good matches.
Yeah.
Cody KO, Kevin Owens, especially the fact that we haven't seen Kevin Owens since and everything that's happened.
Good Lord, killed him.
Standing. Women's Elimination Chamber. The whip with the hair. Naomi like turning on Jade. Oh my god. Incredible.
It was unbelievable. That
Not
was
just
so
that,
good.
Kez, the fact that Bianca was stuck in the cage. It was like watching a soap opera. She was stuck in the cage screaming, her two besties.
It was amazing.
Perfect.
It was absolutely amazing.
Absolutely incredible, man. We've mentioned it already, the SmackDown tag ladder matches, the TLC matches.
Dude. One of the best TV matches.
Incredible, man. Incredible. I've got Seth Roman Punk. I feel like
WrestleMania
Mr.
Night
Hayes
2
could also be pulled into that because it was an unofficial four-way, really, wasn't it? And I've also got Dom versus Styles down as well because I enjoyed that one. But I think out of all this list, that's probably the least one of the list. So, I could probably go on. I thought the match quality this year, we saw a significant uptick. I thought people were really trying on Raws and SmackDowns to like steal the show.
Dude, they're stacked. Only match I'd add, because obviously I've said Cena stars many times. I would add the women's triple threat at WrestleMania. Saw it live. It's one of my favorite matches of the year. It was so good, honestly, and that I'll watch again happily anytime. Yeah, happily. It's one of the best matches,
unreal,
honestly.
isn't it? It's
40
unreal.
minutes, fully entertained, engripped, enthralled the whole time. I wasn't bored once. Yeah, it was just entertained from beginning to end. People who know the game well.
Yeah, I would have had that one. And my other one, which I've mentioned already, and this, or maybe I mentioned it on the previous show, was Rhodes and Cena at SummerSlam. Like, and then obviously being there is a bias towards it. So being there, but for me, they put on, like I said, it was 45 minutes or whatever of like unbelievable. That bit where Cena comes up the Cody Vader holding him, and that was like awesome. Like there's a whole that I would add to it. I think the women's triple threat is probably there. If I had to pick, it's hard to pick one, isn't it? The women's triple threat, the Roman Punk and Seth triple threat. Like you said, women's elimination chamber it was unreal. The women's EO versus
Evolution.
Rhea at thing where Naomi cashes in was unbelievable. The triple threat at Evolution was really, really good. Cena Styles obviously was really good. Cena Logan Paul, I would say I love that match. That was good. And then I know it's late and it's recency bias and it was last night, but like Gunter and I don't know. I'm probably the only one of us who watched it twice. And watching it again with Talia, I was like, I'm going to watch this again and again. Like that's that good. So that's the only few I would add in. That's hard. So come on, we have to pick one each. Come on.
Yeah, I am happy with the women's triple threat. To be honest, that was
Yeah, to be honest, I think the women's triple threat it was the opener, wasn't it, tonight too? It was unbelievable, isn't it? It was like such. And I mean, the fact that Bianca's still injured is terrible, but like in terms of that, and I think that for me it's that one where it's Cena versus Rhodes. And again, both of them I was at, so there's obviously a bias there in terms of going to those matches, which there always is, and you're invested and you're enjoying these. But they've I think like you said, Kez,
Yeah.
the fact that you could come up with a list of
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
and we've added 2 or 3 more. There's a list of 13, and I think it was a stellar year for match quality, isn't it? In terms of that, but in terms of then, I think we've mentioned the PLEs, so
PLE
I
of the
think
year,
I'm
yeah?
going to know where we're going to go with the PLEs. I've got 3. I've got 2, but I don't know. What do you
Listen,
reckon
it's good,
PLE of the year?
Elimination Chamber, I've not seen one before. I was really impressed with that. Genuinely impressed. I think that's going to be one of them because there were too many big moments in it. The level of the matches were quality, the setup quality, and obviously from the women's, the beatdown from the men's, John Cena at the end. It was just, Elimination Chamber was very good. Very good. While you guys going, I'm trying to narrow down the others while you guys think. I'm trying to narrow down the others. Like Evolution, I said I really liked. But
Yeah, I think it's between that and the only one again, it's for me. It's what I really enjoyed
yeah,
SummerSlam, but I was there, so
yeah,
I think it's those are the 3. But I look at SummerSlam; it didn't have a bad match. It had the cash in, obviously, with Gunther Punk, and then the cash in, which was unbelievable, and then it had Cena versus Rhodes. Had the women's triple threat, which while it wasn't as good as Mania, it was still really good. I think it was there was a lot of quality on it. It
yeah,
was a good. I mean, it makes a difference. You're standing in a
yeah,
t-shirt and
yeah.
shorts in the 28-degree heat, and you're enjoying the event, and that sort of stuff. So for me, those 3, I would probably say Elimination Chamber. For me, it's the women's Elimination
It's really
Chamber
good.
match was amazing. Cody versus KO was amazing. The men's chamber match was amazing, and it's almost overshadowed because of what happened. And then it was the best heel turn probably since Shawn Michaels super kick Marty Jannetty and threw him through the barbershop window. For me, that was like and obviously this is on the level of The Rock's one of the most famous people in the world. As John Cena's one of the most famous people. Like you've got this or Travis Scott. I know, we only got Fiend afterwards.
Travis Scott,
but him
with his
doing this.
Travis Scott.
The freshest. But for me, yeah, I think Elimination Chamber from start to finish was literally with that ending, and in terms of that, like no one saw that coming, and it was just a great show. I think in terms of overall.
There's many things to go.
Okay, should we do one more?
Choices, guys. Promo of the year, moment of the year, pop of the year. Which one do you want to do? Promo, moment, or pop?
Moment's a good one because it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something that was really unforgettable. Yeah. The cash-ins were obviously good. Seth on his crutches was very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It depends what you mean by moment, because there are moments in the match that get you excited. They just get you excited watching, or there are smooth moves as well. I don't know, guys.
I think you can do. I think it can be a cash in. It can be a move. It can be an ending. It can be a heel turn. I mean, there's a we just talked about it, but I think it's hard. For me, it's hard to. Yeah, it's hard. Like that
100%.
is like John Cena never is going to turn heel. It's like he's never going to tap out. And we've had 2 moments now from, as well as the amazing matches. This is why, again, going back to Wrestler of the Year, if I look at the 2 moments, John Cena never, Mr. Make-A-Wish has never turned a heel. Mr. Never Give Up is never giving up. And he did those both on his last run. And like he said, if you looked at some of his, I know he did a load of interviews last week, didn't he? Or last week, but he said, obviously, the heel turn, he wasn't happy with it or whatever, but look what we got out of it. And we got heel Cena against face Punk. We got the turn back to Cody. We got the match with Randy Orton, and you wouldn't have got those if the original plan, I assume, was for him to team up with Travis Scott and whatever. And I don't know. I sure Dwayne was going to come in and have a match, but then decided he didn't want it. And now he's an Emmy Award nominated actor. So So I don't know. I find it hard to not say moment. Do you know one moment that doesn't going to get mentioned? But for me, again, I was there. Talia and I genuinely thought.
I was going to say that.
That's what I was going to say. When she fell through,
the look on Montez Ford's face, like there's just been a death. Honestly, it was some Blue Blazer-like moment. Honestly,
it was. And I'm going to say one more, which is personal to us.
Oh my!
But eating with Jay and Jimmy,
locker room leader
after Jay had just won the title in the club, in Live Club in Vegas.
Rey Mysterio.
That, but honestly, like being there, eating with them,
100%.
literally yards away from
100%.
them, having drinks after WrestleMania Saturday, and after he's just won the title. That's pretty awesome. Like that's a
Not
pretty
going to be
cool,
forgotten.
cool
Not going to
moment
be
as well.
forgotten at all. There were loads of slick moments, including Becky Lynch's pin in the Triple Threat Evolution. There were some slick moments from pros. But yeah, listen, yeeting, as we said, we're just going to yeet. No matter what happens, yeeting. Wearing a yeet t-shirt when I'm standing next to Gunther, who's just lost to Jesus at the bar.
I know.
At the bar. I thought I was going to get a power bomb. I thought I was going to get chopped all the way across, honestly. Chopped away across Nevada, man. I thought I was going to get battered, but...
I know you were very quiet for a while there, Dave.
hiding, just hiding. Hiding behind Jimmy Uso. I was hiding behind Jimmy
2
Uso.
seconds, David.
Jimmy.
They would have tapped before Good Team
Before
walked
the
closer
cigarette
to
was
him.
out, I was like, let me light another one for you. Let me light another. No. There's been some great moments this year. And I'll just say, yeah, as we're talking about it, guys, this has been, I just still think the levels are so high compared to what I used to watch. For me, whether it's my own bias, I still stand by last year is probably one of the best years I will ever watch. In my ignorance, I'll ever watch. For terms of storylines, events, seeing all the different PLEs, etc. It was just great last year. So this year is still so high that it's not easy doing this, guys. When I've seen years of this and I know what's going to happen, still making it interesting, entertaining, and gripping. I said it before, it's not easy. So they're doing something right.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah, no, I agree. Any other moments?
No, I mean, it's hard to go beyond those, to be honest. The other ones I had down, again, personal preference. We were there when we saw Io sit up in that triple threat at Mania. We were like, she's going to win this. She's going to actually win this. And they did the same shit with Dom in that match as well, didn't they? We heard.
Yeah. So, we sat up on the thing, didn't she? Yeah, and after the thing for an over the moonsault.
They were amazing to see live.
I think just I mean, obviously we were lucky to be there, but that whole weekend was a moment. Like the whole weekend of going out, seeing the wrestlers in the bars, having the WrestleMania After Dark, going to WrestleMania, that just being in that 4-day space.
He was so cool.
Exactly. Met Metric Williams, met Nia Jax. Obviously, Dave nearly got choked out by Gunther. Should have got choked out by Gunther. That guy nearly got choked out by Bailey, who kept harassing Bailey.
Lord.
But it was just that whole 4 days, wasn't it? Of obviously Charlotte and Ray, Ray, who then got injured for 6 months after he was enjoying the finest Mexican tequila. Locker room leader, Ray Mysterio, dead beat down. I told you, dead beat down.
You know what?
But yeah, that whole weekend, and hopefully, obviously, we're going again, and we will enjoy a similar weekend. But that whole moment. But I think there's a load of moments. Someone said, I can't remember who it was, that WWE, they don't care about wrestling anymore; they just care about moments. But then that's look how many we've just discussed now.
But that's what you remember as a kid.
Whether it's pops
as a kid,
and
you
this
remember
and
all the
that.
moments from either PLEs or from events. That's the moments you remember, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and also you don't get the moments without the story, though, do you? Because the moments don't mean it. If John Cena turning heel, it doesn't mean anything to anyone if you don't know the fact that this man's been the biggest babyface for 22 years. It's not a big deal.
The winning of the Royal Rumble by Jey Uso. No one thought when there's the final four.
Yeah.
No one thought it was gonna be Jey Uso.
Not one person predicted it. Not one. Next video, we're doing our predictions, and I guarantee you, if we had done our prediction last year, do you know I watched the video? Me and Tyler did but we actually got a few right, but not many, but a few right for the year that we did in December. But we should do our predictions in our next video for 2026. But Royal Rumble winner is not one. No, I don't care. You can't find one video on the internet that said Jey Uso is going to win the Royal Rumble, especially when he was the last man we've ever seen.
Beginning of his year tour, no way.
That's what I love, though. I think, as you said, they're right. It is about moments, but we are now talking about an organisation that is competing with other entertainment organizations.
Yeah.
And it is about telling a story to create moments
Yeah.
that create memories, and then people keep coming
Yeah.
back for that. So
Yeah.
they're right.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You don't. That's it. It's not. It's not. See, the moment isn't. You know, it might be like, okay, a Candice LeRae moment is you out of context. You say, oh my god, this woman just went through the thing. But generally, the moments are because of the history, and it could be a year, it could be 6 months, 3 months, it could be 10, 20 years of build up that you get this thing, and it's the throwbacks they can do so well now because there's so much history. Like
WrestleMania,
even
last year,
obviously we're
Seth
going back a
taking
year
the
now,
chair.
but
Seth taking the
yeah,
chair. All the
yeah.
meanings behind it.
Yeah.
All the meanings
That's it,
behind
isn't it? That's 12 years. It's like Roman only lost because of that. Roman wins that match otherwise because Cody's down and he just hits Cody with a chair and he's won the match. But he wanted to get his revenge for 12 years and he get it. You know, so you've got that. You've got so much with the people. And this is why Cena's had such a good year again because the moment you can't have that AJ match. No other two people can have that match. You just can't. That's it, isn't it? Like you could watch 10 different TikToks of 10 moments from that match of the 10 different moves that more than that, but they did.
Yeah.
But those don't mean anything
100%.
out of context. It's like, okay, John Cena's doing a Sister
100%.
Abigail. So what? You know, look at his history of Bray Wyatt and look at the things and and that. So I think, they are. But they are, and I just on a last point, I was looking at what the top 10 I can't remember what it was, last week or something on Netflix, and obviously Stranger Things is number one because it's the most popular show on TV. I think Diddy's show got to number 2. Diddy's documentary on 50 Cent's documentary on Diddy. It's really good. It's really. I mean, it's not really good, but it's good. It's a good documentary. I mean, it's not.
I saw 50 Cent on. Dude, let's not even talk about where he stayed.
And then Raw was free. Raw was free. So so what my point is, and I was only in the UK because that's all we can see on our UK thing, right? But I'm not saying obviously WWE's not as popular as Stranger Things or as this or as that, but this is the sort of areas that they're competing in terms of that. So it is about the storylines, the moments you think like. Stranger Things now doesn't mean anything if you just start watching season 5. It's the 10 years or however long Stranger Things has been going on. They were like 8 years old and now they're 18 years old. Yeah, there's a whole storyline that you've got to, and there's like, I know you boys haven't watched it, but there's like 3 or 4 moments in the new season of Stranger Things in the first half. But again, out of context, you're like watching that. It's great, it looks great, but what does it actually mean? But then that's where they can get to, can't they? And they can go back on years, they can go back on months, they can go back on things, they can have the subtle, the little build up, and like when Jade sees Charlotte, and that's going to be a match in the future, and these little things that they do. Roman and Cody, you just need to be in the same thing, and it's like, there's a lot of that, but a lot to look forward to, I think, in 2026. Woo! And we're going to SmackDown in a few weeks' time as well.
Absolutely.
So, and then we've got Riyadh Season Rumble, which I have to say, men's might be okay. I mean, these women are going to be dressed like
Batman. Everyone's going to be dressed like Batman. Everyone's going to be dressed like Batman. Maybe that's why they're doing it. Maybe that's why they're doing it.
Getting Barbara Gordon coming out 30 times. But I don't know. It'll be. I'm going to try and go into it with an open mind. But the lack of pop for some of the women that get the 1 or 2.
Well, they love Liv. They love Logan Paul. We'll see what it's like.
Yeah. They love Rhea. Rhea and Liv. They love of the women, don't they? But they don't love a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, boys.
Right. I need to think. Right. We will be back with our predictions for 2026. I think that'll be the next video that we do together.